disease and it caused his arm to wither up. Now he's sitting in church, and the mere fact that he's withered to the point that he can't even make a living. The man is sitting there. How many of us sit here done withered up? How many of us done sit here don't have any joy? How many of us sit here don't have a testimony? The Bible said that his arm became withered. If you look at the mere fact, it became withered because somehow he stopped using it. Or y'all know, oftentimes when you have a surgery, you have to have therapy afterward. If you don't go through therapy, your muscles will lock up. Or y'all ain't hearing it. And so for the mere fact that the man wouldn't exercise it, the Bible said with his disease, his arm began to wither up. Now, can't you see in your mind him sitting in church and the mere fact he just got one hand and the other arm is just withered up? How many of us sit in church telling us praising God, but we're holding back? Everybody else shouting, but we're holding back. Everybody else getting happy, but we just can't move our arms. Y'all ain't hearing it? Well, I feel like preaching this morning because the mere fact you can be physically healthy, but spiritually you can be withered up. Y'all don't hear me? You see, some of us sit here Sunday after Sunday, week after week, and declare, I don't know why she happy. I don't know why she's shouting and running around the church. I don't know why they praise God like that. And when it comes to men just got that macho thing. Y'all don't hear it? Sometimes I see men when the spirit begin to move. They want them, but they shut down. Tears begin to flow, but they shut down. They look at the fellows beside them and say, I just can't let go. And let the Lord have his way. But I feel like preaching this morning. But for the mere fact, when I look at the text real closely, I look at the mere fact that, first of all, while he was sitting there, then Jesus came along in the synagogue. And the Bible said they had already set him in the church. They had already tried to trap Jesus, but in the midst of trapping Jesus, the man got his blessing. Are y'all hear me? Sometimes your enemy try to trap you and keep you from worshiping. Sometimes the enemy is signifying on you. Sometimes the enemy already got you scoped out. But in the midst of the enemy, you ought to let go and let the Lord have his way. Well, I feel like speaking this morning. But the Bible said when Jesus commanded the man. Now, can't you see the text as it unveils? He walks in and the church is full. The Bible says he looks at the man and the man's arm has already withered up. Everywhere he goes, he got to slip his clothes